Rolling over here. Rolling. We are rolling, finally. It's been a minute. Hi, I'm Chris. This is my YouTube poker channel. Thank you for watching. It's been a minute since my last video, but I'm glad to be back. I guess June was the last one we did. Yes, I've been very busy. The pandemic is in the rearview mirror, thank God. And I've been very busy. I've been very busy with work, been busy with my family, and of course I've been playing poker as much as I can. I'm a recreational, good time guy, fun player. I play at a local moose lodge, I play in my garage on occasion, and occasionally I drive an hour south to play in the miserable card rooms of Los Angeles, but I enjoy it all the same. This video, return to form. This is a mystery box. Ooh, mystery. I know what's in here. It's poker chips. Spoiler alert. Not going to tell you what kind though until we open it and check it out. So let's get it going. Probably going to speed up the video at this part as I usually do. There we go. We'll see what we got. You know, it was actually months ago that I got these, but I'm pretty sure I remember what they were. Got some nice mailers. I can use those later. Let's see what we got. Ooh, it's a burst of color. Can you see that? That is a burst of color. Dang. These are vibrant and pretty. Let me put on the old glasses here for my peepers. And let's take these out of the box. Oh yeah, they're wrapped in things of 25 ceramic chips. These are what we call cards, molds, chips. They are from China. That's where the vendor is. Her name is Tina. And I didn't buy these directly from her. I bought them from PokerChipForum.com in the group buy section. If you want to buy stuff on PokerChip Forum, become a member. Make some posts, read a lot, say nice things, be nice. Then you can go to the classifieds and buy directly from people. You can go to the vendor section, or you can go to the group buy section. The group buys run randomly, periodically, all the time. They have been running a cards, molds group buy every month for the past several months, and I think they're going to do one in January for not only the palm chips, but many other varieties of tribute chips. So if you like these chips, go to the Card Molds Group Buy for January 2023. These should be available. Let's take them out of the box real quick. We got the blues. These are the thousands, the 1Ks. We got pink bounty chips. These are cool. Gorgeous. We got 10K chips. Don't really need those, but I think I just got one barrel. 25Ks. And let's see, you got purple 500s, traditional color. And the 100s are gray. So this is a really beautiful set. The colors are beautiful, but that's not why I bought this set. Let's open this box here. See if there's any different kinds in here. I don't know if I got any quarters. I don't think I did. Trying to save money. You don't need quarters in a tournament set these days. Oh, I did get quarters, because I suck. Because I want to get all of them. And I did get one barrel of 5s for no reason. Could be used as a bounty, I suppose. All right, let's set this aside. And we'll get all the chips on the table and look at them close up, and also talk about why did I do this? Why? Okay, all right, so I took all the chips out of the box, put them in the racks, got a few set up here right in front of me, and my little chip stands that I got back in the day. And we're gonna go through every chip one at a time in close-up. They are beautiful chips. I'm stunned at how vibrant they are. I don't worry too much about copyright in China. I didn't feel bad about buying these because the Palms Poker Room has been closed for a long time, and the Palms has also rebranded a bit, and so their chips don't look like this anymore. I bought these chips because I felt a sentimental twinge, I must say. Here's the 25, and you can see the mold, the cards mold. These are, I believe, 100% ceramic. They are 39 cents a chip is what they come out to when you order through the group buy at PokerChipForum.com. Let's see, got 100. I saw these chips and I just got that sentimental twinge. And it's a little weird because I've never even set foot in the Palms Casino, which it seems like a strange thing to say that I would be sentimental over looking at these. But looking at these, I was reminded that at one time in Vegas, we had at least over 60 poker rooms during the poker boom, you know, between 2003, 2008. And the rooms started closing in 2012 across Vegas. One by one we lost, according to VegasAdvantage.com, there's a great article about it, 39 poker room closures in Vegas since 2012, including 10 in the pandemic. And so, as a recreational player who since 2006, 2007 has made, look at the 1Ks, these are blue 1Ks. Blue 1Ks, I would prefer a yellow 1K because the yellows are the workhorse. And I do worry that, you know, the 1Ks are a little close to the 100 and the 500. But they're still beautiful, and I think they'll still play just fine. Anyway, my point, remembering how many poker rooms there used to be, as a recreational poker player myself, I used to go to a lot of these small rooms. Now, the Palms wasn't one of them. So when I saw these chips and how vibrant they were and how much I remember looking at them online, you know, over the years, I was thinking, boy, I felt bittersweet. I felt sad that I never got to go to this poker room, and I wished that I could. But then I also felt grateful that I did get to go to so many poker rooms as an amateur, as a purely recreational, having fun poker player. You'll see in the back row here, I've got 43mm chips. It did 43mm bounties, which are pink because they're great, because they stand out. Really fantastic. 43mm 25K, which is, you know, essential if you want a 3-table plus tournament and you got 20K starting stacks and re-entries. You'll definitely need 25Ks. You'll notice there's a weird 10K chip. Now, I just got one barrel of these. You don't really use these in tournament play, but since I only got one rack of the 5Ks, I can see potentially using these for re-entries if I get a lot of re-entries. I would just dip into this barrel. Back to my trip down memory lane, remember how great it was to look on my Apple iPhone back in the day and see, on PokerAtlas.com, and see I can go to a poker tournament every hour in Las Vegas if I want, and maybe every half hour. There would be like 30 tournaments back in the day, and those days are gone. You could walk from room to room on the strip. And so looking at these chips, I thought of that, and I thought, well, I never made it to the Palms, I never made it to the Stratosphere, I never made it to the ones that were a little farther. You know, I didn't make it down to the Luxor Poker Room, which closed, it was one of the first ones to close. That closed in 2017. Jeez, I didn't realize it closed that late. The Palms room actually closed in 2014. So yeah, I mean, I never got to go to O'Shea's Poker Room. They used to play out on the sidewalk on the strip. It closed in 2012. The Tropicana, I never went to Jamie Gold's Poker Room. It closed in 2012. Circus, I never made it out there. They had a poker room. There was a lot of poker rooms, and these chips are kind of representative of a bygone era and a sentimental feeling, a bittersweet feeling. Sad that the rooms are closed, you know, but grateful that they were open at a time. And I did get to a lot of small rooms that I really, really loved. The Monte Carlo Poker Room. Gosh, I loved that room, and I had so many good experiences in that room. That was the room that I would go to on a Sunday after I'd played Friday and Saturday in more serious rooms like the Venetian or the Aria. I go to the Monte Carlo to unwind and play a $60 tournament. I missed that room a lot, and you could just walk down the street from there. You could walk into the Flamingo and play poker. I played cash there quite a bit. I played in Harrah's a lot. Harrah's used to have a fantastic poker room. It was walled off, smoke-free. Eventually they moved to the front of the casino, and then eventually they closed in 2020 in the pandemic and said they might reopen and never did. We lost 10 poker rooms in the pandemic. I used to stay at Harrah's because they had 1 a.m. tournaments, and I would go, you know, after a long day of playing poker, I wanted to play more poker before I went to bed because I was in my 30s and 40s and I was a moron. After Harrah's, I would go across the street to the Mirage. I called the Mirage the time warp because it was like playing in 2005 even though it was 2015. They closed their poker room during the pandemic, said they might come back, never did. Now of course that whole hotel is going away. Right next door was my favorite of all the small poker rooms. That was Treasure Island. My ROI from the results that I tracked from 2012 till now, you know, playing there 2 or 3 times a year, maybe 3 or 4 tournaments total, was $200 an hour. I actually won a couple tournaments in that room, so I ran the best there. You know, just a really great times, and didn't realize it at the time how great it was. And now, seeing these chips, it just kind of brings it back. It brings back that feeling of, oh, the possibilities are endless. And don't get me wrong, the trips weren't always successful in terms of results. Sometimes I would go and play for 4 days, tournament, and not cash. I mean, that happened. It happened on a great trip with my brother that I remember very well, somewhere in the 2014, 15, 16 range. But it was still a great trip, and it was still great to have all those options, all those possibilities. I miss those days. All those rooms that I've mentioned, like every single one of them that I've mentioned, besides the Venetian and Aria and Wynn, which are the big rooms, the small ones are all gone. Caesars only has 2 small rooms left. They've got Caesars Hotel poker room, and they've got the Bally's, which is now the Horseshoe. That's it. They've closed all their small rooms. The biggest loss I think we've had is Binion's Poker Room downtown. I mean, that's insane that the birthplace of the World Series of Poker does not have a poker room. It's just a big empty room now. As you can see here, this is a picture I took myself. It's really sad. It's like, yeah, behind the wall in the back there is where the World Series of Poker was from 1970 through 2004, I think was the last one they had there. So those rooms aren't there anymore. And this set makes me appreciate what we had when I look at it. It makes me appreciate the good times. It gives me the warm fuzzies to think about it. And it gives me the warm fuzzies when I look at this chip set. Yeah, I'm sad I never made it in, but now I have a piece of it. And the new chips they have at the Palms are really ugly. I don't know if I'll dig up a picture of that, but they don't compare to what these look like. So anyway, yeah, the set really made me reflective, and now at the end of the year, New Year's Eve, I'm very reflective now of what a great thing being a recreational poker player has been to me, not in terms of financial reward at all, although, I've tracked my results, I do okay, I'm a winning player, which I know most are not. It's much, much more than that. It's much more meaningful to me than that, and that's why this was an emotion-based purchase. So, yeah, but things change, nothing stays the same. We move on. The game is not dead, it's not dying. There are some new rooms. The Westgate is a newer room. It opened a few years ago. The Sahara, I know right now, is a small room. It's struggling, but it's a beautiful room. And then, of course, Resorts World is the newest room, and it's a great room. I've played there. I played a couple tournaments, had a great, great time. The 3 big hotels, Aria, Venetian, and Wynn, and then to some extent Bellagio, but the first 3 there really are excelling at giant poker tournament events all year long. So, I'm confident the game will be around a long time, not to mention the World Series of Poker at the Horseshoe, formerly Bally's. I feel good about the future of the game, but we should appreciate what we had, because this was a great time, the mid-2000s and mid-2010s. There were so many choices and so many options, which we won't have again. I miss them, but I appreciate them. And this set kind of calls me back to that era. Speaking from my heart, speaking to you, I appreciate you very much liking and subscribing and being here. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you at the next one. It's going to be a Raz tutorial. What is Raz? Well, you'll have to watch to find out. It's quite a game. Until next time, I'll see you. Peace. Yeah.